And let's welcome Tamara to Dance Talks. Thank you so much for being on the show, Tamara.
Thank you so much for having me. It is so great to see you and have this conversation face to face at last.
What was the impetus to then go from teaching to then start a dance competition? When you started it, competitions, I think, were just beginning to kind of be more than just local festivals, and there were a couple of sort of big nationals. But what was it that made you start that?
I moved to BC and I was teaching here. And my experience going with my own students to competition here was very unlike what I had experienced growing up. For me, competition was always such a positive experience, and it was about so much more than just the dancing and the awards. It was very much about meeting other people, and so many of those people are my friends to this day. And I also feel very fortunate that I grew up in a time and in a place, where we really watched our own teachers create this really incredible community space for all of us as dancers. We were taught not just how to go on stage and perform, we were taught how to talk to people backstage and wish them good luck and congratulate them when they came off stage. We were taught, that we were all there together. And then we would meet these other kids who we maybe didn't know before and end up sitting with them and watching all of the dances. And that was one of the parts of competition that I most looked forward to. So it was a really positive experience in my life. And I was not seeing that when I took my students, and I really wanted to create that kind of experience for them.
Right now, I mean, there are a couple of other adjudication programs, but there's no actual sort of platform. There's no basis for being a adjudicator. Essentially, anybody who wants to be an adjudicator can be one. So is it your hope to sort of raise the bar? Was there something sort of missing at the adjudicator level that you felt this is going to address?
A part of our certification program is that you actually have to apply and be accepted into the program, because we need to recognize that you actually have the training and experience, in teaching, that kind of background. It's one thing to have a lot of knowledge about dance, and it's another thing to be able to teach dance and put really good routines on stage, but actually being able to communicate both on stage, on the microphone, to kids, and in front of a live audience full of parents. That is a very different skill. And to be able to talk on a microphone for a video adjudication, which is the common format nowadays, all day long, to talk for 8 to 10 hours a day and continue to give valuable and insightful, useful feedback, it's also a skill that needs to be developed. And so the purpose of the training is really to help people develop those skills, as well as understanding how scoring works and how it's different from competition to competition and part of the country to part of the country, and how to adapt that for different competitions accordingly.